Hi, my name is Dylan Jared Leota. I was born in New Zealand, moved to Australia when I was young and grew up in Australia. In Australia, I received my call to serve in New Zealand. After my mission, I married my beautiful wife in Brisbane, Australia. We had our first son and we moved to Hawaii, where we're going to have our second child, which is a girl, in October. I really love and I'm grateful for my dad. It was through my dad I was able to learn how to love and treasure your wife, just because of the way that my dad treated my mom. And so that's something that I want to incorporate and show with my wife and how I love and respect her. And I think the goal my dad had for me was to be an example of living the gospel. And so he tried to instill in us the principles and doctrines of the gospel so that we could learn and apply them, and then ultimately learn ourselves and return and live with our Father in heaven. I remember my first experience. I was on the phone, I was at work upstairs, and my wife was at the doctor's and she had just finished with her appointment, and I knew she was pregnant, but when she told me that she was pregnant, I just wanted to shout and tell the world that I was going to be a father. When I first held my son, I guess I just felt this power I can't describe, but just that is felt. And I guess it's the mantle of being a father, the responsibilities and the duty I had to bring him up and teach him and be that example, that priesthood holder, because I knew that one day he would receive the priesthood and fulfill his duties and his roles that our Father in heaven wants for him. Well, I remember the nurse came, checked our son. He had a fever, and we saw that he had a deep recession, so a mild recession, so you could see he was struggling to breathe. You could see he was taking deep breaths. And so they diagnosed him and knew that there was something wrong. For a whole week, he went through different diagnostics and was diagnosed with jaundice, and then having water in his lungs, and then other problems, but none was the actual issue until they accepted him to take an echo, where they did an ultrasound on his heart and found he had holes in his heart. I guess when I found that out, when my wife and I found that out, I felt like I needed to be strong for my wife as well as for my son. I couldn't fall apart. I had to be the strong one to really help our family, and we had to do all we could, and then rely on the Lord for the rest. I guess my goal is, as a father, is to be able to teach my children in a way that they will learn the gospel and want to learn and continue to learn and make that connection with our Father in heaven, so that they can understand what their purpose here is in life and understand where they're going and how they can get there. So the kind of father I want to be is how our Father in heaven is to all of us. He's a perfect father. He loves us, but he allows us to grow, and he wants us to grow and change. And he gives us just enough so that we can make those changes and those choices in our lives. That's the kind of father.